So our next topic is Mendel experimental system and garden pea. So Mendel used garden pea for his experiment. Why he used garden pea? The thing is that garden pea is an annual plant. Annual plant means it's the plant that can complete its whole life cycle in just 1 year. That means it germinate, grow and reproduce within a year. So that's why it's called annual plant. And the characteristics, the contrasting characteristic that were controlled by a single gene. That means either it's a height or color of pod, color of flower, all those characters were controlled by a single gene. That means were monogenic, not polygenic. That was a good thing actually. If you see here, you see for each character there's a single allele that's controlling it. Single gene, like for flower color it's here, or for flower position it's here, right? And here you can see in the table also you can see that there's a single gene which is controlling the whole phenotype, like for plant height or the shape of the seed or the cotyledon color or flower color or pod color or pod form, either inflated or constricted, or flower position, axial or terminal. So they were controlled by a single gene. That was helpful in analyzing the experiment. Okay, the second one is that the plant can do self-fertilization under normal condition, but it can also be used to do cross-fertilization. So self-fertilization, okay, you know what's the meaning of self-fertilization? Self-fertilization when the plant, the flower of the plant, the anther, from the anther, the pollen is getting transferred to the stigma of the same flower, right, and germination taking place. If it's happening between flowers of two different plants, then we'll consider it as a cross pollination. For example, cross pollination, because of which happens cross fertilization. So in cross fertilization, so we have an anther from one plant, the flower of the one plant, it is transferred to the stigma of the other plant. So so character in the plant, the character of this plant and the character of this plant is going to be available in the coming progeny. Yeah, that's why. And interestingly, for doing cross pollination by artificially, which we call hybridization, so pananuna, we need to remove the stamen. So stamen remove pananu. Stamen remove pananuna. Stamen irundadina, stamen will have the pollen and the pollen will be having pollen dust, right, or pollens. So these pollens can germinate on the stigma of the same flower, and that's why it can hinder the process. So you will be confused that whether the phenotype is because of the cross pollination or hybridization, or it is the character beared by the plant itself. So then enna pannuvaanga, we will just remove, emasculate nu solluvaanga. Emasculation la stamina is removed. Stamina remove pannirvaanga, right? So just to make sure there is no self fertilization. There's no self fertilization. இது இருக்க கூடாது. அதனால தான் self fertilization. And so the removal of anther we consider as emasculation, right? Okay, and after the flower was emasculated, that means the flower is not having any male part, it's having only female part. Then the pollen from the other plant, the flower of the other plant, is just transferred to the emasculated flower, right? Why? That's how we can hybridize. The character of this flower can be transferred to this flower, and we can see the progeny, how it bears the character adanala, right? Okay, so Mendel experiments on pea plant. Okay, so Mendel theory we also says as a particulate theory சொல்லும்போது particles, right? So the particulate theory சொல்றதுக்கு மீனிங் என்னன்னா particles. So particles ஏன் சொல்றாங்கன்னா particle, yeah. So particulate theory சொல்றதுக்கு ரீசன் என்னன்னா exists some minute particle of heredity. சரியா, heredity particle ஏதோ இருந்தது, and because those time people don't know about genes, people don't know about DNA, right? So they consider that there's something in the plants or in the parents that is sent to the offspring, right? Through the factors, okay, or the factors they bear them. And now we know that those factors or hereditary unit is actually genes, right? And gene is available in DNA, right? So now we know that it's because of the DNA, but on those period when Mendel was doing experiment, people were not aware of DNA, not genes. So they used to say it's a factor, right? So that's why this theory was also known as particulate theory. Okay, so how the experiments performed. First, Mendel tried to find several true breeding line, and those true breeding line were cross-pollinated, and as a result of cross-pollination, hybrid was produced, and the pattern of flow of the character, எப்படி போச்சு characters, same generation, the next generation to next generation போச்சா இல்ல generation skip ஆச்சா, and இந்த மேல் பார்ட்டோட கேரக்டர் வந்து ஃபீமேல் கேரக்டரோட என்ன, ஸோ அது வந்து பிளாஸ்ட் எப்படி காட்டுச்சு, சரியா. ஸோ all the patterns இருக்கு, the whole patterns he tried to understand, and then based on that he formulated the laws, and those laws gives us the Mendelian genetics. So rediscovery of Mendelism. So what happened when Mendel provided his data to the scientific company, they disagreed him, okay, and later after Mendel died, some people were really interested to recheck those idea of Mendel. So they used Mendel's experimental procedures, and they found that what Mendel was said was actually correct. So 3 people are known as rediscoverers of Mendelism. So one of them is Hugo de Veris. Hugo de Veris belongs to Holland. He belongs to Holland, and Holland is now officially known as Netherlands, the Netherlands. Right? The other 2 people were Karl Korenz, and Karl Korenz belongs to Germany, and the other one is Erich von Schemark. He belongs to Austria. So he belongs to Austria, and Korenz from Germany and Hugo de Veris from Holland or Netherlands are known as rediscoverers of Mendelism. Okay, let's see something about garden pea, the first model organism in genetics. So as you know that they bear 7 traits. Let's see the traits. So flower color, the dominant is purple, the recessive is white. Seed color, the dominant is yellow, the recessive is green. Sheet shape, dominant is round, recessive is wrinkled. Then we have pod shape, dominant inflated, recessive constricted. Pod color, dominant is green, recessive is yellow. Then we have flower position, dominant is axial, recessive is terminal. Then stem length, dominant is tall, recessive is dwarf. Now let's see terminology related to Mendelism. Terminology is important. So if you understand terminology, understanding genetic will be easy. So first thing is allele, right? So allele by definition they are traits that are expressed in different ways due to the fact that a gene can exist in alternative forms for the same trait is called alleles. So what you have to understand that alleles are generally genes. Seriya, basically allele na gene da adu purinjukkonga. Seriya, but they are available in alternative form. It alternative form சொல்லும்போது see when we write about நம்ம ஒரு alleles எழுதுறோம் இல்லையா, for example நம்ம என்ன எழுதுறோம், for example height காக என்ன எழுதுறோம், for height இல்லையா, height காக ஒன்று எழுதுறோம், எப்படி எழுதுறோம், we write capital T for dominant and small t for recessive. பார்த்தீங்கன்னா ரெண்டுமே வந்து ஆக்சுவலி ஒரே லெட்டர் தான் இல்லையா, it's T is caps and is small. What it implies. It implies that basically they are the same thing, but they are in different form. So அதே மாதிரி வந்து when you say allele, so basically allele சொல்லும்போது, for example, the allele for tall or allele for dwarf, it's same, but they are in alternative form. If you have a dominant form, you get a tall plant. If it's a recessive form, you get a dwarf plant. Why? We'll see little later. கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துருவோமா? So இங்கே சொல்லும்போது, like here we are seeing that we have 2 chromosomes, இல்லையா? 2 chromosomes இருக்கு, and you already know that chromosomes comes in pair. ஏன் பேரில் வருதுன்னா, see, how many chromosomes do human have? எத்தனை chromosome நமக்கு இருக்கு? We have 23 pairs of chromosomes, right? To 23 pairs சொல்லும்போது 23 ஜோடிகள், இல்லையா? 46 in numbers, total in numbers. So 23 pairs சொல்லும்போது, so we get 23 from father and 23 from mother. So same thing happens for all sexually reproducing organism, right? 23 comes from father, 23 comes from father, and 23 comes from mother in case of human. So in case of pea plant, 7 comes from father or from stamen, anther, pollen, or 7 comes from ovule or female part, right? So they have 7 pairs in case of pea plant. It has 7 pairs சொல்லும்போது, I hope you know about homologous chromosome. Homologous chromosome means the chromosome which have same size and shape, right? So homologous chromosome சொல்லும்போது, இங்க பாருங்க, let's assume that it came from, the blue color came from father and the red color came from mother, right? Or we can say that it came from stamen or came from pollen. The pollen வந்து வச்சுக்கோங்க, it came from pollen and it's from the egg cell, right? So see, we have a homologous chromosome, and homologous chromosome same location la vandu we have 2 alleles. Allele inga one irukku, inga vandu rendavathu allele irukku, right? If you assume that this is allele for height, so maybe inga t irundhuchuna, caps t irundhuchuna, inga oru caps t or small t irukum, right? Caps t irukla, small t irukla, whatever irukla, depending upon the genotype of the parent irukla, இல்லையா? So such condition we call such system we call allele, right? So alleles are located in same locus in 2 different homologous chromosome, இல்லையா? 2 homologous chromosomeல வந்துட்டு ஒரே லொகேஷன்ல இருக்கிற ஒரு ட்ரெயிட்டை தான் நம்ம, ஒரு ஜீனை தான் நம்ம வந்து allelesனு சொல்லுவோம், right? But they are in alternative formல இருக்கும். Okay, so இங்க வந்து let's try to understand, சரி, ஏன் அப்படி டிஃபரன்ஸா இருக்குன்னு. For example, வந்து I already told you that allele சொல்லும்போது allele is actually a gene, இல்லையா? Now we know it's a gene, but during the period of Mendel, they don't know that it's a gene, right? So it's a gene, right? So gene சொல்லும்போது, gene is made up of what? Gene is made up of what generally? சரியா? gene சொல்லும்போது என்ன உருவாகும்? Genes are DNA, part of the DNA, right? So gene சொல்லும்போது gene have sugar இருக்கு, then nitrogen bases இருக்கு, phosphate இருக்கு, இல்லையா? So nitrogen bases சொல்லும்போது என்ன இருக்கு? ATGC, right? So இந்த ATGC sequence determine பண்ணுது what kind of protein will be made. சரியா? நம்ம molecular biology படிக்கும்போது, molecular basis of inheritance படிக்கும்போது பார்ப்போம். Right now just try to understand that they are made up of some letters. சரியா? அந்த ATGC ஓட repeatsனால தான் இது உருவாயிருக்கு, right? So the repeats இருக்கு இல்லையா, the sequence of the nucleotide இருக்கு இல்லையா, for example, ஒரு கலர் நம்ம எடுத்துக்கலாம், இல்லையா? அந்த பர்பிள் கலர் கொடுக்கறதுக்கு வேண்டிய ஒரு enzyme, this enzyme, right? This enzyme is responsible for making a anthocyanin உருவாக்குறதுக்கு, இல்லையா? Anthocyanin is the pigment that gives the purple color, right? So there is a sequence like CT AAA TC GGT இருக்கு வச்சுக்கோங்க, சரியா? So it's a dominant formல இப்படி இருக்கு, ரைட்டா? recessive formல என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, in place of C it's A, C placeல இங்க வந்து A இருக்கு. So A இருக்கிறதுனால என்ன ஆச்சுன்னா, this particular sequence do not makes the enzyme required for synthesis of anthocyanin. Anthocyanin செய்யறதுக்காக வேண்டிய enzyme is absent. Since it's absent, so it's not going to make anthocyanin, and anthocyanin இல்லைனா the flower will be white flower we will get, right? இருந்துச்சுன்னா enzyme இருக்கும், enzyme வந்து anthocyanin செய்யும், anthocyanin வந்துச்சுன்னா we get purple flower. So just see, because of this just little change, the whole phenotype is changing, right? So basically ரெண்டுமே என்னது, ரெண்டுமே same thing இல்லையா, they are both same. So அதனால we say allele, but these alleles are in alternative form. So one is in dominant form, one is in recessive form. Dominant form இருக்கும்போது phenotype காட்டும், recessive form இருக்கும்போது phenotype காட்டாது, right? So phenotype வராது, right? So that's the thing. Okay, then homozygous. Homozygous சொல்லும்போது we spoke that you get the chromosome from father and mother. Yeah, you get a chromosome from father and mother. So chromosome என்ன இருக்கும், chromosome alleles இருக்கும் இல்லையா. So chromosome allele இருக்கும்போது, for example, this allele is capital T and capital T இருக்கு வச்சுக்கோங்க, right? So when there is a syngamy, fertilization of the egg, okay, and allele combination எப்படி இருக்கும், இப்படி இருக்கலாம் இல்லையா, இப்படி இருக்கலாம், right? அப்படி இருந்துச்சுன்னா you see both the alleles are same, they are identical alleles. Identical alleles இருந்துச்சுன்னா we say it's a homozygous condition, homozygous. And do you know who gave the term homozygous? Homozygous term, the word யார் coin பண்ணா? Yeah, same guy, William Bateson, right? Okay, so capsty மட்டும் தான் இந்த law-வா, அப்படி கிடையாது. small t இருந்தாலும் same law தான். The thing is that only the allele should be identical. allele வந்து identical-ஆ இருக்கணும், அவ்வளவுதான். identical இருந்துச்சுன்னா we consider that as a homozygous. Okay, allele non-identical இருந்துச்சுன்னா, if the allele is non-identical, then what we will say? allele non-identical இருந்துச்சுன்னா, for example, வந்து the father is having caps T and the mother is having small t, and because of the combination, okay, we get a caps T and a small t, right? So they are not identical alleles. The alleles are not identical. If the alleles are not identical, we say it's a heterozygous. Or you can also say as a hybrid, right? So if the alleles are same, they are homozygous, no matter they are dominant or recessive, but the alleles are same, that means it's a homozygous. If the alleles are different na enna mean, என்ன different, contrasting ah irundhu vechukonga, சரியா, then we will say that it's a heterozygous. So allele different இருந்துச்சு, if there's two different allele for the same character, அது ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கணும், சரியா. two alleles, different alleles சொல்லும்போது you should not think that allele for example allele for purple color and allele for the height, இது வச்சு heterozygous கிடையாது, ரைட்டா. இது எப்போ வந்து heterozygous சொல்லுவோம்னா, if இப்படி இருந்தாலும் சரி இப்படி இருந்தாலும் சரி, so heterozygous. You should not take two different alleles for two different characters, that we don't consider as a heterozygous condition. We only consider when we have two different alleles for the same characters, two different alleles for the same phenotype or character, right? Okay, next, homozygous recessive. Homozygous recessive meaning if both the alleles are in recessive form. Yeah, for example, we have a parent இருக்கும்போது parent கிட்ட வந்து let's assume that they have caps T small t, and female parent also gives caps T small t, right? So இங்க என்ன கண்டிஷன்ல இருக்கலாம்னா, either it may be caps T, or it may be caps T small t, again caps T small t, and then small t. The four combination வரலாம் இல்லையா. So if they are, we already spoke that if the two alleles are same, we will say it's a homozygous. ரெண்டுமே homozygous இல்லையா, it's a homozygous. This is also homozygous, but this is recessive, so it's a homozygous recessive. This is a dominant, so it's a homozygous dominant. And this one, what is this one? This one is heterozygous. Clear? Okay. Homozygous dominant we already see, and heterozygous dominant, the same thing, yeah. So if we have like this, right, that we consider as heterozygous dominant. Why? Two reasons. One is this heterozygous because they are different alleles, dominant because this combination is going to show the dominant phenotype, tall phenotype காட்டும் இல்லையா. ஸோ அதனால we will consider this as a heterozygous dominant. Okay, then Mendelian inheritance, Mendel's law of heredity. Mendel's law of heredity basically வந்து provided by monohybrid cross is also known as laws of inheritance. இதில் என்னெல்லாம் இருக்குது, ஒன்று வந்து law of dominance இருக்குது, and second is law of segregation இருக்குது. So when we say law of dominance, domination என்ன dominating, அவங்க என்ன dominate பண்ணுறாங்க, ரொம்ப dominating இருக்காங்கன்னா, that means if you say that that person is dominating me or dominating us or dominating class, that means what his thought is that அவருக்கு என்ன மனசு நினைக்கிறாங்களோ அதுதான் எல்லார் மேலேயும் திணிக்கிறது இல்லையா, அதான் டாமினன்ஸ் சொல்லுவோம் இல்லையா. ஸோ இங்கே டாமினன்ஸ் டாமினன்ஸ் சொல்றது என்னென்னா, if we have allele and that allele is expressing the phenotype and it is not considering the other allele இல்லையா. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பார்ப்போம். ஓகே, நம்ம இங்கே டால் இருக்கு இல்லையா, பர்பிள் ஃப்ளவர் எடுத்துக்கலாம் இல்லையா. ஸோ பர்பிள் ஃப்ளவர் இருக்கும்போது இப்படி இருந்தாலும் பர்பிள் ஃப்ளவர் வருது, இப்படி இருந்தாலும் பர்பிள் ஃப்ளவர் வருது, இப்படி இருந்தால் மட்டுமே ஸ்மால் பி இருந்தால் மட்டுமே ஒயிட் ஃப்ளவர் வருது இல்லையா. ஸோ தேட் மீன்ஸ் ஸோ டாமினேட்டிங் தன்னுடைய கேரக்டர் மட்டும் தான் காட்டுது. ஈவன் சிங்கிள் சரியா ஹெட்ரோசைகஸ் கண்டிஷன் இருந்தாலுமே இட்ஸ் ஸ்டில் சீயிங் இட்ஸ் ஓன் phenotype. Only the recessive phenotype available when it's a homozygous recessive condition இருந்தால் மட்டும் தான் வந்து homozygous recessive condition இருந்தால் மட்டும் தான் வந்து recessive phenotype காட்டுது இல்லையா. it's a homozygous recessive condition, homozygous recessive condition இல்லையா, recessive condition. இது என்ன, இது ரெண்டுமே என்னன்னா it's a homozygous dominant. terms important, அது ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க. homozygous dominant and this is heterozygous dominant. Right, in both conditions they are showing the purple color. ரெண்டுமே purple color காட்டுது. That means one of the member of the pair is masking the character of the other member. That we will call as dominant phenotype or dominant character, law of dominance. சரியா? So let's try to understand. Right? So you already know that there is allele, right? So allele irukku illaya, we have pair of allele irukku illaya, and how we get the pair of allele? I told you we get a pair of allele from father over allele and from mother over allele இல்லையா. ஸோ இங்கே காம்பினேஷன் வந்து let's think that it's a homozygous dominant conditionல இருக்குது, ரெண்டுமே caps P இருக்குது இல்லையா, அது both are caps P. சரியா, caps P இருக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகுது. ஸோ when we say allele, I told you the allele is a form of gene, it's a gene actually. அப்போ gene சொல்லும் போது gene makes mRNA வந்து நமக்கு ப்ரோட்டீன் கிடைக்கும் இல்லையா. சென்ட்ரல் டாக்மா நம்ம வந்து இப்போ படிக்கலை, நம்ம மாலிகுலர் இன்ஹெரிட்டன்ஸ் படிக்கும்போது பார்ப்போம் சரியா. ஸோ ஜெனரலி just remember that you know Watson and Crick, right? The guys who discovered the structure of DNA. So the Crick உடைய postulate that DNA இருக்கு, DNAல இருந்து என்ன ஆகும்னா ஒரு RNA வரும், let's say mRNA வரும், and this mRNA is able to make the protein. சரியா, இது protein உருவாக்கும். And this thing we call as central dogma. இது எப்பவும் ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, central dogma. We say that's a central dogma, right? So DNA இருந்து RNA இருந்து protein வருது இல்லையா, DNA to RNA to protein, that we call central dogma. So and we know that DNA is actually what DNA makes the gene. The gene is actually DNA, right? So there is a gene specific for all proteins. சரியா, there is a gene specific for all protein. எல்லா ப்ரோட்டீனுக்கும் ஒரு ஜீன் இருக்கும், ரைட்டா. ஓகே, so let's see this. So இங்கே வந்து நம்ம சொல்லியிருக்கோம் that is a homozygous dominant conditionல இருக்கு. So homozygous dominant இருக்கு இல்லையா, dominant. And I also told you that the DNA which is composed of genes சரியா makes the RNA and the protein வரும், and protein is responsible for all functions, right? So okay, let's see that. So DNA இருந்து வந்து DNA I told you is alternatively is gene. So there the mRNA, we got mRNA, and mRNA makes the protein. Here it's an enzyme, and here we have substrates. சரியா, substrates இருக்கு. substrates இருக்கு இல்லையா and substrate enzyme என்ன பண்ணும் substrates product மாற்றும் இல்லையா so enzymes is acting on the substrate and they are converting that substrate into product and that product is in the anthocyanin so it's a product you can see this is a purple product okay and that purple color product is responsible for the purple color so we have gene pp gene irundadanaala vand we got the purple color right so let's see in alternative form let's see that if it's a heterozygous dominant irundha enna agum heterozygous dominant enna aguna okay so we have heterozygous dominant condition சரியா so condition சொல்லும்போது this won't work சரி இது work பண்ணாது because I told you that some functional change irukkum adnala it's not going to make the enzyme so enzyme seiyadhu illaya so now we have single mRNA makes some enzymes and enzymes convert that substrate end up பண்ணுது is converting that substrate into product convert பண்ணுது and that product gives you the color purple color yeah you got the purple color kadichichu right so inga vandu see that the single caps p is also able to produce a purple color so we say that it's a dominant character yeah so let's see it's a homozygous recessive condition see if there's a homozygous recessive condition right so we have defective gene irukku right we have a defective gene okay and this gene is not going to make any enzyme illa enna agum product kadikadhu that means substrate won't be converted into product so substrate product convert ஆகலைன்னா product la irundhu enna namak phenotype varanomo adu varadu illaya so let's see that so we have substrate irukku and you see there's no mRNA there is no mRNA and no mRNA so there's no enzyme substrate is not going to convert it into the product convert agadu and since there's no product there's no pigments illa so pigments illadanaala flower eppadi irukum of course it will be white in color sure I hope you understand law of dominance I also showed you the mechanism why it's happened okay then law of segregation yeah segregate na pirinju podu okay so you can see allele do not show any blending both characters are seen as such in the F2 generation although one of the character is not seen in F1 generation okay so let's try to understand so idu enna gametes never hybrid actually சரியா இதான் சொல்ல வராங்க இல்லையா so when you cross a tall plant இல்லையா tall plant and ஒரு dwarf plant நம்ம cross பண்றோம் இல்லையா நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம் that இப்படி பிரிக்கிறோம் இல்லையா we are just separating them இல்லையா இங்க வந்து separate பண்றோம் இல்லையா ஏன் செப்பரேட் பண்றோம் இந்த செப்பரேட் பண்றோம் இல்லையா that is actually segregation and why is happening it's happening because of meiosis if you want to understand genetics very clearly two things you should have very clear cut idea one is genetics one is mitosis and meiosis ரொம்ப தரோவா தெரியணும் because meiosis sexual reproduction ல வந்து gametes formation க்கு வந்து meiosis involved so you should have a good knowledge on meiosis then structure of chromosome konjam theliva therinju vechukணும் homologous chromosome na enna non homologous chromosome na enna sister chromatids na enna idella you should know right okay so when we combine yeah so this is F1 generation form panna porom F1 generation la wherever you see ellame vande caps t and small t varum and caps t small t nal enna agum you get all tall plants all tall plants kadaikum and again when you go for this F1 generation idu F2 generation paakumbodhu enna agum let's see F1 generation enna agum when you crossing them you get enna kadaikum tall kadaikum and then and this combination kadaikum illaya homozygous dominant heterozygous dominant and homozygous recessive so idu ellam enna irukum tall ah irukum and idu dwarf ah irukum and this was F2 generation so enna solranga na both the characters seen as such in the F2 generation although one character is not seen in the F1 generation so when we talk about F1 generation you see only tall there is no dwarf illa F1 generation there is no dwarf kadiyadhu illa you can't see the dwarf character is not available but when you go to F2 generation சொல்லும்போது you get both the characters illa tall character irukku adhe mari dwarf character irukku that will say as law of segregation, and you never see an in-between character. Yeah, so there's no blending. There's no blending of gene. Yeah, gene blend agadilla. Yeah, so you don't get the blending of allele, so you don't get an intermediate character, right? And remember, we are talking about the phenotype. They are controlled by a single gene. We are not talking about polygenic system. We are talking about monogenic system. Yeah, monogenic பத்தி தான் பேசுறோம், polygen பத்தி பேசல. அதனால one gene controls one character. அதை பத்தி தான் பேசிட்டு இருக்கோம். See, இது உங்க knowledgeக்காக, சரி, segregation கொஞ்சம் இன்னும் புரியறதுக்காக. See, we have homologous chromosomes இருக்கு இல்லையா? We have homologous chromosome. For example, this was from father, சரியா? And this, sorry, okay, the mother எடுத்துக்கலாம், சரியா? It's from mother and this is from father, or this is stamen or pollen. இது வந்து ovule or egg cell எடுத்துக்கலாம், sorry. Okay, so let's try to understand. இல்லையா, நம்ம இன்னும் புரியுது கொஞ்சம் ட்ரை பண்ணலாம். Okay, let's try to understand. இந்த diagram பார்த்து கொஞ்சம் புரிய ட்ரை பண்ணுவோம். Let's assume that it's a stamen, சரியா? Stamen or the male part, the male parent, and this is the female parent. Right? So see, we have a homologous chromosomes இருக்கு இல்லையா? இங்க வந்து homologous chromosome இருக்கு. இந்த homologous chromosome for this plant came from its parent, from father and mother, இல்லையா? ஸோ மியாசிஸ் 1 நடக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? மியாசிஸ் ஃபுல்லாக நடக்கும்போது மியாசிஸ் 1 அண்ட் மியாசிஸ் 2 நடக்கும்போது என்ன ஆகும்? மியாசிஸ் 1ல வந்து இது ரெண்டு பிரிஞ்சிடும் இல்லையா? மியாசிஸ் 1ல வந்து ஹோமோலாகஸ் குரோமோசோம் பிரிஞ்சிடும் இல்லையா? both homologous chromosomes get segregated. ஞாபகம் வச்சுக்கோங்க, மியாசிஸ் 1ல வந்து both homologous chromosomes get segregated. Just revise, meiosis segregate ஆகும். And then meiosis 2ல என்ன ஆகும்? sister chromatids இல்லையா? These are sister chromatids. They are homologous chromosome. இது ரெண்டுமே homologous, இது ரெண்டுமே வந்து homologous chromosome. They are homologous chromosomes, right? And these are, this one and this one, they are sister chromatids. So if let's consider there is a character, சரியா? For example, இது வந்து tall character வச்சிருக்கு, இது வந்து dwarf character வச்சிருக்கு. But because heterozygous dominant condition, the tall தான் காட்டும் இல்லையா? So பிரியும்போது எப்படி இருக்கும்? பிரியும்போது எப்படி இருக்கும்னா, இங்க ஒரு tall, இங்க ஒரு dwarf, இங்க ஒரு dwarf character போகுது, recessive, dominant character, recessive character. இங்கேயும் அப்படியே வச்சுக்கலாம், சரியா? இங்கேயும் வந்து we have tall and tall இருக்கு இல்லையா? So இது பிரியும்போது we will have tall and then dwarf character. அப்போ என்ன ஆகும்? அப்போ இந்த செல் என்ன இருக்கும்? ஸ்பெர்ம் செல்ல tall இருக்கும், இதில் வந்து dwarf இருக்கும் இல்லையா? இங்கேயும் வந்து tall இருக்கும், இது dwarf character இருக்கும். So, right? So depending upon how they are going to mix, சரியா? It's just a probability, statistics. எப்படினாலும் மிஸ் ஆகலாம் இல்லையா? So for example, வந்து இது ரெண்டு மிக்ஸ் ஆச்சு வச்சுக்கோங்க, இந்த ரெண்டுக்கு நடுவில் ஃபர்டிலைஸ் நடந்துச்சுன்னா, if they are get fertilized, என்ன ஆகும்? You get dwarf. இது ரெண்டு ஆச்சுன்னா you get tall, right? இது ரெண்டு ஆச்சுன்னா you get tall, because this combination, this is homozygous dominance, heterozygous dominance, you get tall, right? இங்க வந்து homozygous recessive, so you get dwarf, right? So this is segregation, yeah? So they are independent, randomly எதுனாலும் எதுக்குள்ள combine ஆகலாம், சரியா? That was our law of segregation. I hope you understand. Still, if you have some doubt, புரியல அப்படி சொன்னா, you can always free to mail me, சரியா? So with this, I'm completing this video session. இந்த video session முடிக்கிறேன், சரியா? See you in next video lesson. நம்ம பார்க்கலாம். If you have doubt, you have my mail ID, you can mail me and ask me the doubt. Thank you. Let's see you in next session. Bye bye.